sorry ass out on the street. What you got? You used to think you owned the street. Well, pack your bag and your ass is dead meat. Victory's sweet. Bring it on. Here's a receipt. Bring it on. What you gonna do about it? Bring it on. Is that what you got? Bring it on.
How's it going, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast, your Canadian WWE podcast that talks about the WWE and no holds barred on anything we say, pun intended. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at No Holds Barred WP. You can also follow myself at Real Kyle Masters, and you can also follow my corporate co-host Corporate Cappy on Twitter. We are also available to follow on Instagram at No Holds Barred WP. You can follow the podcast on YouTube, youtube.com/NHBWR for all video versions of the podcast. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell icon for all upload updates. You can also listen to us on the go on Spreaker, Spreaker.com/NHBWP, or on iTunes and Stitcher. Make sure you go subscribe there and give us a 5-star rating. Everything helps, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Lowdown Show, where we review Raw and Smackdown from the past week, and we give our reactions and we discuss it with you. We also have our Twitter questions at the end of the show, and we have our segment of the show called the List of 10, where we have our top superstar of the week that gets a 10 moment, or he makes the list. So, guys, I'm your host, as always, your self-proclaimed greatest host, Kyle Masters, and every week here on the Lowdown Show, I am continued to be joined by my corporate co-host. He is the blissful boss, Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. The cream of the crop.
Do we want to go over how great NXT St. Catharines was first?
Oh, yeah. So before we get into anything, ladies and gentlemen, like I said in the Sunday Heat, NXT St. Catharines, unbelievable. And I really want the people to know your take on it, too, because it got a little bit of my take on the Sunday Heat if you guys did watch it. If not, basically, it was awesome. Better than any WWE live event we've ever fucking seen, ever.
Oh, the NXT live events are so good. If you ever get a chance to go to an NXT live event, go.
Yeah, 100%.
I want to go to another one for sure. Like, they're way better than those crappy main roster live events that we get.
Yeah. The first live event NXT is coming that's anywhere nearby, somewhere Buffalo or somewhere up here in Ontario. I really want to go to it, man. I'd take the drive to go to those because those are definitely worth it. It was just good from start to finish. Like, we opened up with Johnny Gargano and Killian Dane, and that ended up being a 25-minute match. Like, a 25-minute match to open a live event, and it was actually really fucking good. Obviously, because Johnny Wrestling is Johnny Wrestling, but Killian Dane can actually hold his own, man. He played a really good heel in the match. He held his own. He even, he played off the the shave your back chance he was getting, the whole match. Oh, man.
I just love how into it the crowd was. It's just it's so much more of a hardcore crowd than
for sure.
Like, there was some kids there, but not like kid central like a live event is it for WWE.
Yeah.
And it was just awesome. I joined I don't think there was one match that I didn't enjoy.
Yeah.
They were all good.
We definitely had the
I didn't
goon
want to
section.
take a bathroom break for anything.
Yeah, we had the best section for sure out of the entire crowd. And our boy Brandon on Twitter at Halova was a couple rows down on the floor seats, and we got to meet and chat with him for the first time, and that was awesome. Really good guy he is, and he was hilarious with his chanting and chirping the wrestlers. Man, he was getting to a lot of their heads. Man, it was great.
Yep. Fucking the Hamilton Bulldogs guy that's at every live event.
Yeah, if you guys ever notice, if you're watching a Canadian event or an event in Buffalo, like a Raw or SmackDown, and you notice in the front row, there's this guy, he's wearing a black and yellow jersey, and it's got it looks like a dog on the front with a big star behind it. That's the Hamilton Bulldogs. It's a junior hockey team up here, and this guy wears it at every single event. Wears the same jersey, the same hat at every single. He's one of those guys in the front row. He's trying to maybe I think he's just trying to be one of those people you notice, but he only goes to the ones around here. He doesn't kind of travel with WWE. And we spotted him as we were talking during intermission, and we waved him over, and we just chatted with him about how much he spends on these tickets and stuff. And he goes all out. He spends whatever he gets on these tickets and just goes all out. He says basically his philosophy is if you're gonna do it big. If you're gonna do it big, do it. Go just. He's just his driven in life to be at that spot every single event.
Well, if I had the money, I guess I would, but
He's
not
a really
yet.
nice guy. Really nice guy.
Yep. So all around great event. I mean, Dillinger making the surprise appearance was great.
Yeah, that was awesome. It's the Velveteen Dream, who's I believe him, man. He's gonna be big. There's something
This guy's
about
a
him.
goon.
He's a goon, but he's got the man. He just like made the entire crowd. He had the whole crowd in the palm of his hand. You can't admit that. He worked the crowd. He did the whole Bret Hart thing. He made fun of the Niagara Ice Dog banners up in the ceiling. Like that was great, man. Not a lot of heels can do that and work a crowd like that.
Yeah, and then after the match was over, Dillinger got in the mic. He's like, "That guy's gonna be a star."
Yeah. So
And
you're
then
getting props from Dillinger, which is big from us. Like because we follow Dillinger and we know what that means. So if you get props from Dillinger, who's been in this business for like almost over 20 years, that's a big props from Ty Dillinger. So
Yep. And we also had the Bobby Roode farewell promo, and him breaking kayfabe and saying now it's your NXT, going all ultra
Drew
baby
McIntyre.
face.
Yeah.
And Drew McIntyre cutting a promo about the hurricane going on and how like the fans took him out of that situation and made his night really special. So it was cool.
Yeah. Glorious Greg's in the chat. What's going on, Glorious Greg, man? Got to see your father at the St. Catharines live event wrestle in a triple threat match.
Greg also bought an autograph of your father for $10 at they were selling it.
He did.
Yep. Unfortunately, the friggin' Dillinger shirts were like sold out by the time we got there.
That was crazy, man. Well, I mean, for his hometown, I mean, am I that shocked? No. I mean, I thought they would have like a plethora of them just because it is his hometown. You probably should expect his shirt to be the most selling item that night. So it was awesome. I bought a Johnny Wrestling t-shirt. I fucking love the t-shirt. Finally, a non-black t-shirt from WWE. I clearly look at you guys. If you're watching the video end of this podcast, you can see I'm wearing my Kevin Owens show t-shirt, and there's a reason why I'm wearing that today. We'll get into that when we get into the Smackdown review. But yeah, finally, another colored WWE shirt to add to the colored pile, which is very small. And that'd be in everyone's pile because there's not a lot of colored WWE t-shirts out there.
They're generic black t-shirts. They love those.
Yeah, they absolutely love the black t-shirts. Love them.
Yep.
But anyways, great live event. Great live event.
I would give it perfect 10 for sure.
Perfect 10. It's just if it suits it.
Better than the crap we saw this week that we actually had to watch and sit through on TV.
Oof. For me, SmackDown did okay. I mean, it wasn't what we expected it to be, like a pay-per-view like show. They really were lackluster on that.
Horrendous.
No, it still beat Raw for me. Raw was like half good and half bad. You know, and I tweeted it to Michael Chow. Monday Night Raw this week was like a fucking Oreo cookie. The middle was like the best part. The other two sides, I could live without. You know what I mean? It's like a fucking Oreo. You only care about the fucking middle.
Yep.
So, I'm just saying that's basically all I cared about for Monday Night Raw. SmackDown, there's matches on there. I'm like, if you're building a pay-per-view type SmackDown, why the fuck is this match on there? Like, when the Hype Bros came out, I mean, it was a way to get Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable some TV time and some exposure, but I don't know, man. I was like, what the fuck was the point of this?
I wish I had an answer for you. But I do not.
No. Nothing else to talk about before the show. Really don't think. I really wanted to do this. You know what? I'm just gonna save it. I'm actually developing kind of like a commercial-based intro for it. So something's coming, ladies and gentlemen. Something's coming at the end of the month. Something big. It's Raw or SmackDown review related, more 2K18 related. It's something I'm doing something big for when 2K18 comes out. So stay tuned. I'm gonna make a kind of like a commercial promo for it. So it's gonna be out on YouTube. So guys, stay tuned. If you haven't hit that bell icon on YouTube, then you'll know when you get the notification for it. If not, I'm gonna post it on Twitter regardless. But still, hit that bell icon. But something big's coming. Something big. I got big plans for 2K18 and the YouTube channel. Big plans. I already went over it with Corporate Cappy here, and he likes the idea. So something's coming. Stand back.
There's a hurricane coming through.
God, that's been playing a lot in the last couple of weeks. Jesus,
oh,
man.
Wow.
Now we got another hurricane on the way. I heard there's another one called Jose. Hopefully Jose hurricane.
Jose. Yeah.
God,
Hopefully
man.
it's rains and it won't get over anything.
I can't live down there. I couldn't live down there. I couldn't sit there and buy a house somewhere down there because I know about natural disasters. I couldn't live with myself to do that because I don't want the risk. There's always risk with buying a house and or owning or even living down there. I am not that person to do it. If I get rich, I'm not buying a house anywhere south down there. I'm fine with up here in Canada. You know, what do we get? We had a heavy snowfall that's, you know, it's like -40 outside. Whatever, I'll stay inside. I don't want to buy an expensive house in Florida and then a hurricane comes through and then I'm going to have to be forced to rebuild. I can't do that, man.
Yeah, you can't be like your Toronto Maple Leafs and rebuild every fucking 3 years.
It doesn't happen like that. In terms of houses, man, it doesn't happen like that. But anyways.
Speaking of our house, did we talk about that we bought the house for WrestleMania?
I don't know, but I'm sure if you guys do follow the podcast, you do. And if you're not and you don't really follow us on Instagram. We've bought in the house for New Orleans. Finally, we've got it rented. It's not bad, decent price. So between the five of us, there's 5 of us going. So myself, and Corporate Cappy, we're going. Fan of the podcast, Tyler Jones is coming with us. We got a former co-host of the show, No Self Phil from back in the day. He's coming, and our
Jackie
good friend
guy,
our good friend who's a Jackie Redmond guy, Harish, is coming with us, and it's gonna be awesome. We booked the house, so now it feels real. Like when it didn't feel as real as before we rented because it's not a sure thing. But now that you rent the house, it's a sure thing. Mm-hmm. I was scared shitless though, because when those hurricanes are coming up, I'm like, oh my god, it can only take one direction turn and go right towards New Orleans, and then fuck.
Well, luckily it didn't.
Yeah, I know, but it feels real. I can't believe we're going to Mania next year, guys. And we got big plans, huge plans for the podcast going down there. Already, we're in talks of getting T-shirts. So myself and Corporate Cap are going to have some. We're actually going to bring some down. For some reason, if someone wanted to buy one, we have shirts. But we have our buddy Harish who's come with us. He's actually a T-shirt designer. Like, that's his job. So he's going to do a really good job. And if it all goes well, man, maybe we'll give some away. We'll have maybe like a contest before Mania or something like that. But we're doing that. We're going to do a ride-along thing because we're driving from Niagara Falls all the way down to New Orleans.
Gotta have something to fucking do.
Yeah, we're gonna do a ride-along. We'll get some stories built up or something. We'll make it fun. It won't be live. We can't do live from the car. That'll just eat up all my data that I ever dream of having from Niagara Falls to New Orleans. So they'll be offline, and by the time I get to New Orleans, maybe rest up a little bit. I'll upload them there. We'll see what happens because we're gonna have internet in that house, so that's good. And we're just gonna do some podcasting. Yeah, we'll do some live podcasting down there. Probably a lot of periscoping on Twitter for the Access and the WrestleCon shit we're gonna go to. So it'll be a lot of periscoping. So many plans. We got so much planned for this WrestleMania, man. I can't wait, man. Bucket list will be officially crossed off for WrestleMania.
It will be a hike. That's for sure.
It will be a hike.
I don't know. I think I'll be dead by the time I'm done driving down there.
You know what's a hike is watching Monday Night Raw on a Monday baseless. And now that we're in football season, holy crap, man. What they're doing to try to compete with Monday Night Football, they're doing it like ass backwards. Especially this week when we thought it was going to be Braun Strowman and John Cena. When they announced that, we thought that was the main event. Nope. Ends up being in the middle of the fucking show, for one. 2, their reasoning was because they wanted people to stop watching Monday Night Football and transition to WWE. You're not going to do that.
Yeah, okay. There was 2 games going on because it was opening week.
And the NFL's smart. They'll put good games on Monday Night Football. They're not going to put the shittiest game of the week on Monday Night Football most of the time because then no one will give a fuck about Monday Night Football. They're going to put some highlighted games, if not the game of the week, on Monday Night Football. It's going to be good games, and people are going to watch that. I mean, I was looking at all the Twitter traffic during Sunday and Monday. Most people that follow us that talk about wrestling, we're talking about football those 2 days. Yep. Not once were they talking about what the fuck's going to happen on Raw or when they announced Cena and Strowman. They talked about, but they more talked about football. So,
yep, and that's what they're going to have to compete with for the next, 4 months here?
Yeah. But yeah, Raw, Jesus Christ, man. Stress beyond belief. Half good, half bad, like I said. We got a promo. Asuka's coming to Raw, so now we officially know that Asuka is coming to Monday Night Raw. We get the first highlighted promo.
I'm scared.
Which both your girls are on the same show as Asuka, man.
No, I mean, I'm scared for her.
Yeah, me too. I hope they do the right thing here. I hope like Triple H just plows it into Mr. McMahon's mind that you should be not ruining this character. He's done basically. Asuka's been his best work in NXT and probably his most prized possession from NXT out of anybody that's been there. So yeah. I really think that Triple H has talked with Vince a lot about this, and we know he has through the dirt sheets that he's really talked a lot to Vince about not ruining Asuka. So hopefully he can agree with it and let me give some pointers to Vince on how he would push Asuka going forward on Raw. So God, it's almost like we just wish that Triple H would run the company already, man. It's getting that bad. Hopefully that headbutt he took this week knocked some sense into his fucking ass, man. Oh my God.
Maybe only Kevin Dunn could have taken a nice headbutt.
He gonna fix his teeth too. But what happened this week on Raw? I guess we can talk about the bad first. Jason Jordan Roman Reigns. I don't care. Do not fucking care. Yeah, it was a good match.
I liked that match because at least it made Jason Jordan look good.
But obviously, again, it's all circled around Cena and Roman. They don't. It's like why have Jason Jordan go out there 2 weeks in a row, lose to both these guys, and then they don't focus on Jason Jordan after that. It's just mainly, it all goes back to John Cena and Roman. Why don't they do something with Jason Jordan or something? I don't understand. To me, it's almost like he's just getting buried. He's just there to be.
I don't agree with that. I think that they're actually showcasing him win these matches because they're showing that he can go with the two top guys basically right now.
As long as they do something from this. If they don't, then it was a waste of time.
Well, look at Cena when he lost his first match to Kurt Angle. That was like his first like big match, and it put him on the map.
But I only say that because they did the same thing with Chad Gable, kind of. They did it before Shelton Benjamin ever came. If Shelton Benjamin wasn't here, he'd be ruined. Because I guarantee you, they would have done the same thing. They would have put him in a match with AJ Styles and make him look good, and then they stopped doing shit with him after that. Luckily, Shelton Benjamin was there to do something for him, or else Chad Gable would be doing nothing right now.
Yep.
So
that's why
I'm
want to know
fearing
what the next step is for Jason Jordan here.
I didn't see it, but your girl Alexa and Nia had some sort of backstage segment reacting to Asuka coming. I don't know what the hell is going on with that.
She just basically was trying to manipulate Nia again to say like, oh, look at these two trying to insert themselves into the match and this and that. You know, her classic, just witty responses and her facial expressions are just great.
Some more
but Nia wasn't having any
stuff.
Garbage. Yeah, Nia wasn't having any of it, so it was basically a pointless segment.
Yeah, and then your other girl faced Emma this week.
And won.
Wow. Sasha Banks won?
Hey, she usually wins her matches on Raw. She just can't win.
She just can't win title matches. Or wait, sorry, title defenses. She wins title matches. You can't win title defenses, which is stupid as all hell.
Yeah. So, I'm honestly starting to change my opinion on what's going to happen in this match because Emma's losing every fucking match continuously every week. So I can see her getting like Nia dominating the whole match and like Emma coming in and stealing the title. Why do I see that happening?
Which makes zero sense to me because you're just hot potatoing the belt. As much as Emma deserves the title shot, and it makes sense for what the booking they're putting out there right now. I'm just like, why?
Well, it goes back to what you said about Vince being in title change mode.
It's ridiculous. I hope they don't change it. I want your girl Alexa to retain. That's a smart decision here.
I think she should retain, and if that's the case, then I think the exact same finish will happen with Alexa coming in and stealing the win. But
I think I would semi be okay with Emma winning if they kept her theme song. That theme song doesn't go well at all if she was champion. I couldn't take her seriously at all. And that's sad because I'm saying that because of her theme song. That's sad. It's that bad. Anyways.
And that was all we got from the women's division on Raw.
That's it. That was for the 3-hour show, that's all we got. And
that one segment. And a backstage 30-second vignette.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Some more horrible crap. I mean, we had Enzo Amore versus The Miz, which is completely pointless. It's like I think they're doing this to punish Enzo, even though it was a really good promo by Miz. Miz just absolutely ripped apart Enzo. Like, absolutely killed him.
Enzo looked like he was gonna cry.
Like, this was like shit it's basically like Miz telling it how it is, how he read the dirt sheets. Like, everything that we got from the news about why Enzo Amore is getting backstage heat and stuff, Miz used as, like, firepower for his promo. Which I'm okay with, because, you know, it creates an edginess to Raw and something worth watching. But then, like, so they're only doing this to bury Enzo Amore because of his actual backstage heat. What is Miz, who's the Intercontinental Champion, he has no match going into No Mercy. They're not going to make him face Enzo Amore. That's not going to be your IC title match. What the fuck is this?
They're just waiting for Roman, the next pay-per-view, to get his title
So
shot
Miz is
against
not
Vince.
going to defend his title at No Mercy.
Nope.
Makes no sense. He didn't defend it at SummerSlam, and now he's not going to defend it at the B-level pay-per-view after?
He defended it in a pointless match against Jeff Hardy 2 weeks ago.
Stupid. Their booking of the IC title makes no sense. There's another example of lazy booking. It's garbage. Absolutely dumpster fire. But we got the announcement of Miz and Maurice having a baby. Congratulations to them. We're going to get a little Miz running around. Hopefully, Miz.
Can you imagine?
Prodigy.
Oh my God, one's enough.
Yeah, one. We'll end up seeing what if it's a male or female. I'm sure they'll update us as the months go on, or they may keep it a secret. We'll see. But good for the Miz. And now they can build something around that. I hope WWE just doesn't take it too far. I hope they actually, as soon as Maurice is ready to go, they let her go. Because WWE has pushed the envelope a lot in the past. So, you know what I mean? Like, I hope they don't do anything like stupid like they do like a baby scare or something. You know what I mean? Like Miz Maurice takes a bump or something.
Oh, like Kane and Lita with the baby.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that was awful.
Kalisto faced Elias, and I don't care. I really don't give a flying fuck, pun intended, about that. So I'm not even going to talk about it. We had Braun versus Goldust, or Bray Wyatt versus Goldust.
What is going on with Goldust?
Everyone was complaining like heel versus heel here. What the fuck was this? What is this?
And then Bray Wyatt after the match like takes his paint off.
I guess it's like a symbol to like Finn Balor, like, to wipe the demon paint off. It's only paint. Like it's not an immortal man. It's just paint. Why do I get a feeling that Finn Balor is going to come out as a demon anyways? I got this strange feeling that he's going to come out as a demon anyways. Like I don't understand. I can't get behind this feud anymore. It feels lazy. It feels cheap.
And what's going on with Goldust? Isn't he supposed to be like this heel manager type role?
Yeah,
with his
I thought that's
production?
with this what do they say? Masterpiece. Yeah, he got this like grand masterpiece, but then they shove him in to face Bray Wyatt all of a sudden. What the fuck? What the hell? That's why I don't understand what the like. That's the Oreo cookie on the outside that I can do without. They could have not shown that, and I wouldn't have cared. God, useless, senseless booking. Anyways, Cena versus Braun Strowman. I liked that match. I enjoyed it. I really, really liked it. It was physical. We had Strowman even power slamming John Cena on top of the steps. So Cena taking a nice bump there. But I enjoyed it. I really, really liked that match.
What match again? Sorry, I got the dog barking in the background here.
John Cena and Braun Strowman.
Oh, I didn't see that match, to be honest with you.
It was good. I really, really enjoyed it.
But then they had it in the middle of the show to try. This was their reasoning. We're gonna have it in between the two football games.
Yeah, to get people to transition over at that time, because that's gonna fucking work. Good job, WWE.
If you're gonna build this match as the whole first time ever, like they love to say, first time ever on Raw and friggin' next week on SmackDown. So first time ever Strowman versus Cena, and it's not even the main event of Raw. Like, who cares?
It should have been the main event. Plain and simple. And then Paul Heyman came out and he provoked a fight between Braun and Brock Lesnar. So we actually had Brock Lesnar on the show, which I didn't know he's going to be there. So that finally we have him on the show to build this feud up. But then, like, to me and a lot of people out there feeling the same way, they're like half meh about this feud because he hasn't been there every week to build this feud. If you're going to have a match like Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman, you need Brock Lesnar there week after week to build this feud up to be your main feud going into No Mercy. Because right now there is no main feud going into No Mercy. It's centered around John Cena and Roman Reigns, actually. But your main title feud is going to take a back seat to that. I wouldn't be shocked if Roman Reigns and John Cena was the main event of No Mercy. Guarantee it.
Yep, over the main title. Makes sense.
I see it happening.
I did like in the segment, though, when Braun came out and then he no-selled the freaking suplex and made himself look like an absolute beast.
Yeah.
Lesnar looked at him like, holy shit, what the hell? The crowd started chanting, holy shit.
That was great.
And Braun just destroyed Brock. This was good. This is one of the good parts of Raw, was making Braun look really good against Brock, and they finally had both of them in the same ring together again.
Yeah. I thought actually they were going to open. I thought they were going to open with that, but no, we opened with Reigns and Jason Jordan, which led to a good promo. John Cena just cutting down Roman to size once again, man. He's just ripped Roman Reigns the last 3 weeks. It's just not predictable. John Cena's going to lose at No Mercy. There's no way he wins on No Mercy after just literally ripping Reigns apart for the last 3 weeks on the mic. There's fucking no way. I wouldn't say the same thing if it were for Roman to do the same thing. If it was Roman taking getting the advantage over this next week on Raw, I still would say John Cena's going to lose. Cena's losing this match because it's going to lead to Roman Reigns going on and winning the IC title or some other bullshit that he doesn't need to go after.
Well, Vince wants his golden boy to put over his new golden boy.
It's terrible. It's going to be a good match, but oh my God. They're making it way, way, way too fucking predictable.
I will say that the one line was such bars by Cena where he said, I'm just like a drug test. You won't be able to pass me. My Lord.
Cena's been so good on the mic, man. When he breaks the fourth wall, he's actually insanely good on the mic. Oh, man. But, sure. We ended Raw with the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. We had this 8-man tag team match. I'm like, oh my God. Now you can actually see they don't care that everyone's actually watching Monday Night Football. So we're just going to throw together everyone else who haven't been featured on the show into a fucking tag team match.
Yeah, why not?
We had Rollins, Ambrose, and the Hardy Boys versus Cesaro, Sheamus, and the Club. Who gives a flying fuck? And it ended up in an all-chaos brawl to end Raw. Who cares? Who cares?
Why was this a main event? If I was in the crowd for this, I'd be like, "What? Why am I paying to see this?"
I thought we were going to get something out of the Woken Hardys, like a promo or something. We didn't get that. We got absolutely nothing.
They made the main event last week, a Big Show and Strowman in the steel cage, look like 10 out of 10 with this fucking main event.
I can't even say that. I would never, ever say that. No matter what they show, I can never, ever say that. Anything with Big Show on it, I cannot. Cannot.
Well, now we know he's written off TV, and now he's having hip surgery.
Who cares?
So he's gone from TV. I thought you'd be excited that he's gone from TV.
I just don't care. I'm not excited, or I'm not. I'm not excited, or I'm excited. I just don't care. Big Show on TV makes no sense for me, so I don't care.
Well, you don't have to worry about it anymore.
Good.
And that was Raw.
Yeah, that was Raw. Like I said, guys, Oreo cookie. It's all right in the middle. You love the middle. You can do without the outside, the front, the beginning, and the end. You can do without it. You cram everything in there in the middle. You can throw the rest away.
The best part was the Strowman-Lesnar angle.
Yeah, and that was in the middle. That creamy middle. So, we'll move on to SmackDown, which was actually... it was supposed to be good. They built it as the Sin City SmackDown, and it was supposed to be pay-per-view quality. And, everyone was saying that they were doing it now to be a pay-per-view quality match because the next SmackDown pay-per-view is so far away. And it kind of makes sense. SummerSlam was on, the 27th of August? Something like that. Or was it before that? Was it the 20th?
Yeah, I think it was the 22nd or something like that.
So it's been 3 weeks. So you think they would put the pay-per-view down because the next SmackDown pay-per-view is in 3 weeks. So you think that this is the perfect place to have a pay-per-view quality SmackDown to actually, do something with the builds and not just do an 8-week build to the SmackDown B-level pay-per-view Hell in the Cell. But what we got was Yeah, we got 3 title matches, which we don't get a lot on SmackDown. 2 title matches. I don't know. There was a lot. The best part was, and it's the same thing as SmackDown or SummerSlam, the New Day and the Usos stole the show. Although, like, the ending of SmackDown was good, but the best match was the Usos and New Day. Although the ending, I'm on the fence about it. I don't know if changing the titles right here was a good idea, but I'm only saying I'm okay with it a little bit because of the article I read, I think it was a month ago, that WWE has big plans for the New Day for the end of 2017 heading into 2018, so they probably wanted to give them the titles sooner than later, and I don't know, maybe they could have waited till Hell in the Cell. I think maybe that would have been a better spot, but whatever. It was a good match, really, really good match. These guys have, like, amazing chemistry with each other. Like, these guys have as much chemistry as back in the day when, like, Edge and Christian, the Hardys and the Dudleys had. Those guys had insane chemistry with each other. They had millions of matches, and all of them were good. So it's almost like these guys have the same type of chemistry. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that was the match of the night for sure. But the main focus what we were trying to get to was Dillinger and AJ Styles. But what we got in the opening was freaking hilarious, man. Kevin Owens coming out and claiming that this is going to be his show soon because he's going to sue the McMahons and sue the WWE, and it'll be called the Kevin Owens Show, and just naming stuff that he would do when it becomes the Kevin Owens Show. Oh my god! The best part was when
Sami Zayn.
Yeah, he's like, he's like the best part. I'm saying that the best part was when he said, "The first thing I'm going to do is fire Sami Zayn."
And he says, "Daniel, you're going to have a big part on SmackDown. You're going to be the janitor."
God, Juggy Brown's in the chat. Sup, guys? It's NHBWP's resident big dog. Oh God.
Oh, man.
Juggy, come on, man. Your big dog's getting cut down the size, man. 3 weeks in a row, and he's just getting roasted by Cena. But anyways, yeah, good opening of SmackDown. He said that he's going to put Tom Phillips and Byron Saxton in one suit. Oh, it was great.
Yeah, it's great.
He said he would end the Fashion Files. The crowd obviously didn't like it when he was playing the heel factor. And he called out Vince McMahon, Shane McMahon's music hits, and we didn't really get Shane McMahon. We got someone dressed like Shane McMahon, but we get Dolph Ziggler coming out dressed like Shane McMahon. He actually did like a better Shane McMahon shuffle than actually Shane does himself.
I thought it was like shades of Shawn Michaels doing it with DX. Like,
it was great. That was great. The crowd loved it at first too. And freaking Kevin Owens building mom's like, oh, look, someone with actual talent here. Yeah, you can use his theme in his attire. No one else uses that around here.
Yeah, this was the good part of SmackDown that Dolph Ziggler had. I don't even want to talk about the other part that we'll get into later.
This was entertaining. Yeah, the rest of the shit that he did was god awful.
So Daniel Bryan's in the ring with Kevin Owens. It says Vince McMahon will be here soon.
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 I guess because they really had nothing else to build for SmackDown, they left it for the end, which was awesome. But Kevin Owens was like making his way in the locker room too. There's the one part where he Aiden English. There's like a spot with Aiden English backstage, and he made Aiden English the singer for the Kevin Owens show. Made him sing a line for the Kevin Owens show.
The Kevin Owens show. Kevin Owens had like this stupid smirk on his face, like loving it.
Oh man, Kevin Owens is such a good heel, man. He's awesome. He's hilarious. He's almost a guy that's running SmackDown Live right now, man. Come on, you gotta admit, as much as AJ Styles is the top wrestler there, he's the best heel on the show. So we got Styles the best face, and Owens is definitely the best heel. Fuck Jinder Mahal. I even want to talk about what the fuck he did this week. That was probably the worst thing. I really did not need to watch this.
I went to go get my dinner at this point.
I wish I would have done the same, because what I watched and witnessed was probably the worst thing I've ever seen. The Singh brothers are they're more cringe. They're almost as more cringe than Jinder Mahal is. Oh my god. I really did not need to see this. We had Jinder Mahal in the ring showing different close-up images of Shinsuke's face, of just doing these weird faces in the middle of matches and making fun of him. And the Singh brothers are mocking him, doing the Shinsuke dancing and going over to the ropes and and doing the Shinsuke thing, but then falling down, having a heart attack and holding their backs. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching? What is this? Like, literally, I can't, for one, I can't fucking hear Jinder Mahal, because he's on fucking volume 2. You gotta put your TV to 100 to even barely hear one word the fucking guy's saying. And 2, when he's actually saying something, you don't even it doesn't make any sense. He's so boring. He's generic. I am Jinder Mahal. He has no emotion whatsoever. Him trying to make a joke and laughing was like him it looked like he had Botox and he couldn't actually laugh or show emotion. It was just stupid. Like, that was the entire section. There was no interference by Nakamura. He didn't come out, or there was no cut promo by Nakamura. That was the entire promo. He came out and made fun of faces of Nakamura. That's it. And then spoke in Punjabi. Who gives a flying fuck? Who cares? Jinder Mahal is the worst WWE champion I've ever seen. God awful. He brings nothing to the ratings. Dirty wants to fucking back at him. He's like, 1.3 billion people, blah, 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 the Indian market. Oh, that Indian chick on Mae Young Classic got the most views out of any YouTube highlight. It's because people are watching it on the network. They're not watching it on fucking YouTube. All the Indian people are, because they don't have the network.
And then the rumor we got that he might hold the title until the end of the year.
And that was the reasoning. That was the fucking reasoning. Because of that YouTube video, that we're having second thoughts. Because this Indian chick got more YouTube views than any other Mae Young Classic video. We should keep the title on Jinder Mahal? How does that fucking make sense? What does she have to do with Jinder Mahal? Because they're both Indian. Give me a fucking break. Unbelievable. Makes zero sense. Zero logic. Anyways, I'm getting on. Fuck Jinder Mahal. Can't talk about this guy.
What was the point of that segment?
Guy should be U.S. champion, because then I wouldn't care as much.
He's the team champion, holding the top title in the entire brand.
He's making it crappy. He's bringing it down. It's like the third best title in the company right now, and it should be number 1. It's slowly slipping down to 4th. I would say the Intercontinental Championship is number 3, and it's not even fucking defended in the last month. I'm sorry, it was defended once in a pointless match. It's still better than the WWE title right now. Jinder's had, 2 feuds since he's become WWE champion? 2 feuds. And he became WWE champion 9 months ago? Give me a fucking break.
Next.
AJ Styles and Ty Dillinger for the U.S. Championship was the main thing we were looking forward to.
We just wanted Dillinger to have a good match and look good against a guy like Styles.
They didn't give him enough time. It was a good match. They didn't give him enough time. But I was shocked. I can't believe I hope WWE can see what we see in Ty Dillinger, because he put up an amazing match against AJ Styles. There's the one point where he hit the tiebreaker on AJ Styles, and AJ Styles barely kicked out. It's 2 3/4, and I actually thought he won the match. I jumped out of my seat, literally. I was halfway out of my seat. I'm like, oh my god! I thought he was gonna win the U.S. title. And man, I hope they see how much of a workhorse. I think they see that. But I hope they see what Ty Dillinger brings to SmackDown and what he can bring if they push him the right way. The guy can be huge, man. And he can keep up. Look, he kept up with the best wrestler in the world. Come on. If they had given another 7 minutes to those guys, probably would have been the best match in the last couple of months, besides Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. That probably could have been match of the year so far. If you give those guys enough time, guaranteed they can put up a good match.
Yeah, and can we not have a commercial break when the match starts? That'd be great.
Yeah, and it sucks for us Canadians because we don't have picture-in-picture. That's only in the States. We don't get that shit up here. So we actually have to watch the goddamn commercial. Well, we don't have to watch, but we don't actually get the little screen in the bottom corner showing us what's going on during the commercial break. So that sucks for us. But
sure does.
For what we got, and again, it should have been longer. It was good. Ty Dillinger can hold his own. And you got obviously the obvious interference by Baron Corbin, which was basically nothing because AJ Styles just gave him a phenomenal forearm, and then they got back into the match, and that's what almost led to Dillinger winning. But then the one thing I don't get is that his knee wasn't worked on at all throughout the entire match, and then you get an instant calf crusher and you tap out.
Why does he have to tap out twice? Why can't he lose to a Styles Clash or something?
Or a phenomenal forearm.
He's got to tap out twice.
Why do you got to bury him like that? Doesn't make sense. I don't understand why they don't see the dollar signs in Ty Dillinger. I'm not just being biased here because he's from our hometown. Because his gimmick is actually money. You saw how huge he was in NXT. He was huge. They loved the fuck out of that guy. He was one of their top stars. Regardless of where he was put on the card, he was one of their top stars. And that perfect 10 gimmick is like the best gimmick in a long time. And he's a perfect heel with that gimmick. I've seen when he was a heel when they first started with that gimmick, and he was an awesome heel. He's a good tweener. You have the talent, you have the formula, but they won't use it. And I don't understand why.
If I had something to say, I would, but I don't understand.
pretty much like spelt it out for you.
SAWFT. That's what I feel about his push right now.
So I hope this leads to a triple threat, and there's a lot of people agreeing, or a lot of people saying that it should lead to a triple threat.
And your other boy, fucking Corbin, gets involved in the match. Takes one phenomenal forearm. Buddy takes a phenomenal forearm off the apron, and then's out for the rest of the match, and then comes in and gives both of them end of days.
He tells AJ Styles, "Your U.S. Open Challenge match next week is me." Well, no shit. So I hope Dillinger's out there either on commentary or causes interference on Baron Corbin. So that would lead to the triple threat match at Hell in the Cell. I'm praying to God he's out there next week. I pray to God.
Or they just it's like the same thing with Jason Jordan with Cena and Reigns. Like they're not adding him to it. So what are they going to do with him?
To fill the spot.
Yeah. He's better than that. He deserves more than just a spot filler type role.
We had a useless women's match. I really don't care.
Oh
like, Carmella's at ringside.
Women's title match. This was awful.
Carmella ringside was the only good thing about it. In her leotard, she's back wearing it. That thing.
My boy Ellsworth with
on a leash where he deserves to be on a leash, or even off TV, in my opinion. But that's another thing. But he's on a leash, man. He can't go anywhere. Good, stay on that goddamn leash. And Natalya and Naomi had a whatever match. Okay, Naomi made to look weak for some reason. Girl was built up so much and became the champion in her hometown. They made her look so strong up until Natty winning the title, and now they just they treat her like she's nothing. She's just like a jobber. She's tapped to Natty twice. I'm pretty sure that's twice, right? Or she's at least lost to Natty twice.
Who loses to Natty twice?
Why are they making Natty look so good? I don't like her as women's champion. I'm sorry to all you Natty fans out there, but she's terrible as champion. She's as bad as Jinder with the title. She does nothing. She got a crappy goddamn new T-shirt. Whoever buys that, man, you got something wrong with your eyes or your taste in anything. Because that's the worst T-shirt I've ever seen. That has to be the worst selling T-shirt on the shop right now. Oh, my God.
It might be lower selling than the Big Show Fastlane plaque.
Probably. It's probably down there. But who cares? I don't care about the match. Natalya made Naomi tap. Didn't lead to a cash-in. Waste of my time. Waste of my fucking time.
Naomi attack. She jumped off the top rope and hit Ellsworth and Carmella with a splash.
Sorry, but it didn't lead to a cash-in, so waste of my time. I don't care. If you're going to build this to be a Sin City Smackdown Women's title match, why not make an attempt at a cash-in or something? We got nothing.
Or especially when you're going to have the finals of the Mae Young Classic, make the main roster girls look good compared to that. Nope.
And for the rest of SmackDown, like I said, we had Chad Gable and Charlotte Legend versus the Hype Bros. Who cares?
Zach walked out after.
Dolph Ziggler tried more things. Even the Ultimate Warrior one was kind of questionable. Who cares? And we ended off with Kevin Owens in the ring, Miss McMahon coming out. And so guess there is going to be no suing or anything. He basically told Kevin Owens, if you try to sue me, I'm going to hold this case up in court and bankrupt the shit out of you, basically. And, he's like, if you even try suing me, you're fired. So he does the "you're fired" thing to Kevin Owens, which was awesome. There's a lot of good little nostalgia moment there. Then it leads to Vince McMahon booking reinstating Shane McMahon and then booking Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon in a Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, and a cell.
Which I'm hoping there's stipulations added to this, like Kevin Owens wins, he gets SmackDown for a week or some crap like that. Michael Chow actually tweeted one of those to us. Sorry for reading your question already, Michael Chow. I'll get to it when we get there. But yeah, books that, and then basically Owens is like, do I get your full disclosure that I can do anything to a McMahon in Hell in a Cell match? And they shake on it, and then they bring each other in and just chirping each other, and then Kevin Owens gives Vince McMahon a headbutt, and I'm like, at first I'm like, oh, that's a pretty like good sell of a headbutt. And the camera pans to McMahon on the ground, and there's instant blood, and I'm like, oh shit, he actually hit him in the head. Damn.
Vince, you're a nut.
Vince, at 72 years old, takes a bump like that. Holy shit.
Afterwards, Kevin Owens kicks him in the stomach.
Yeah, it gives him like a Randy Orton punt to the stomach, and then there's backstage people coming out, the refs coming out, and then he climbs up to the top turnbuckle, and then Vince takes a freaking frog splash spot from like a guy that's like almost 300 pounds. Vince, you're a freaking nut, man. But again, I hope that actually knocks some sense into your goddamn head and fixed your logic right now, because my God.
Vince took a headbutt, bloodied all over the place, and takes a frog splash.
Just
wow.
Blood all over the place. Even his promo where he's saying like ass and stuff all the time were really edgy.
He could just say whatever he wants. He's the guy
Vince.
that owns the
He's
company.
Vince. Guy probably takes steroids too. We saw his freaking his special ref match 2 years ago, and guy had more veins than Jinder Mahal right now. So I wouldn't doubt if he had
showed Jinder some things, you know.
Yeah, he probably gave those were probably Vince McMahon steroids. I wouldn't doubt it. Anyways, what an ending, man. A lot of tension with Owens and the McMahon thing. And I mentioned it to you while we were watching SmackDown yesterday. I'm like, man, this kind of feels like Austin McMahon kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, except
Owens,
the roles are reversed where Owens is the heel as the anti-authority figure.
And he's still got the people on his side, right? He's still got the crowd. Like, half the crowd's booing him, but those are the casuals that boo all the heels. But then you got the people that are with Owens and or that love this anti-authority thing and are against when it's again like you said, the roles are reversed. The anti-authority is the heel and the authority is the face in this scenario.
But I liked it. I thought it was really good. And then Stephanie comes out after and
have a stare down.
Yeah. Meanwhile, he was like the golden child on Raw, and now on SmackDown, he's like the number one enemy.
Yeah, but I'm getting that McMahon Austin feel with this, man. I'm liking where it's going. I mean, again, it kind of goes back to what I was saying. Like, I wish it was someone else, but you gotta go with the hand you're dealt now, right? I can't complain about it every goddamn week.
Yeah, now Shane's gonna probably jump off a cell again. Shocker.
Yeah, Shane McMahon jumping off Hell in a Cell confirmed after the headbutt to Vince McMahon.
And I mean, this is just adding more fuel to the fire. Shane's gonna come back and just be like ruthless and. Going to show that ruthless aggression.
Ruthless aggression.
Vince said in his promo that he was pissed off that Shane didn't finish the job. That's why he suspended him.
Finished the job.
So I liked it. I thought it was a really good ending to SmackDown.
Yeah.
I just want to know what the response will be next week from Shane, if there is any.
Mm-hmm. Well, now he's reinstated. Vince said he's reinstated, so I hope that means we're going to at least see him next week. And he'll probably give us maybe an update on Vince's condition.
Why do I get the same feeling that this is like Randy Orton versus the McMahons of like 2009 all over again?
Oh, I hope not. Again, I'm getting the more Austin McMahon feel. I hope they continue with this after Hell in a Cell.
Well, you remember when Randy Orton
this leads to a trade.
Every single person in the family, and
I kind of feel, that we're gonna get a little bit of a shakeup out of this. I think that there's gonna be a stipulation added, and if Owens loses, he gets traded back to Raw. And they're going to swap him for someone.
Or if he wins, he gets to run SmackDown for a while. I think that'd be hilarious. I think Kevin Owens as a crooked general manager would be hilarious.
Yeah. People have designed it. I've seen on Twitter the Kevin Owens show. Like, my shirt is the old Raw logo, but I've seen people use the old SmackDown logo and make it say the Kevin Owens show. And it actually looks pretty sick. I wouldn't doubt if they ever did that.
I would love to see like an angle where Kevin Owens goes through with all his plans. Like Sami Zayn's fired off TV. It's not like he's doing anything on TV anyway.
Yeah.
Have Daniel Bryan as a janitor for a while. Like I think that would be funny.
That would be funny. But you get the entertainment aspect of the show. I mean, SmackDown is supposed to be an all wrestling show, but clearly they're not doing that anymore. So I don't know. It would bring an entertainment factor over to SmackDown, and it sucks that it's 2 hours. If it was 3 hours, it'd be perfect.
And I think Kevin Owens would be a hilarious GM. Like I think he would be great.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
So I thought it was a great ending to the Sin City SmackDown.
It was good. SmackDown still beat Raw as much as it was it was a lackluster pay-per-view quality SmackDown. It beat Raw this week for sure. I give it to SmackDown this week 100%.
Duh.
Duh. All right, guys.
Ellsworth on a leash. That's why.
Yeah. Sure, why not? So we'll get into that part of the show, ladies and gentlemen. That is the list of 10.
10.
You know what?
You know what happens? You know what's going to happen? You just made the list.
That's right. Welcome to the List of 10, that part of the show where myself and Corporate Cappy give our superstars of the week, and they get a list moment, or they become the perfect 10. And wow, do I have a special one this week for you guys. Shocker, spoiler alert. I wonder what my perfect 10 one is. But as always, we'll start off with Corporate Cappy.
Well, I'm going to give my 10 moment to the only good part of Raw, in my opinion, which was the Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar segment. I really like the fact that they're building Strowman up to be like this really dominant, like next guy to take over and be that dominant figure. Like, I think the guy's worked so hard in the last year to really, I don't know, hone his craft, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I think he's like, the guy's just an incredible athlete for the size that he is. And the fact that he no-sold Brock suplex and just got right back up, like, I love that. Like, no one's ever done that before.
Yep.
And I thought it was a perfect way to get Braun over and have him be credible going into that title match. So the Brock Lesnar Braun Strowman segment for me this week, it's perfect.
10.
That's right. So we got a question in the chat. Greg says, "What if Owens was traded to Raw for Miz, but the Miz Taraj comes with Miz?" Oof. They probably would.
I did like Miz better on SmackDown.
Maybe it'd be a 3v3 trade. I don't know.
Anyways, send over the Ascension. I don't know.
My perfect 10 moment of the week is obvious, ladies and gentlemen, and that goes to Ty Dillinger putting up a great effort against AJ Styles. Although he did lose, he did put up a good effort, and I wish they got more time in that match because I think Dillinger and Styles would actually be probably the best match of the night, and would probably burn the house down. No pun intended to Seth Rollins or anything like that, but yeah, good for Dillinger for coming so close to that U.S. Championship match, and I really hope they do something with him going into this feud. So, Dillinger, for your U.S. title match this week and representing Niagara Falls proud, you get a perfect
10.
And it's so fitting.
I want to know how many times we've given Dillinger one of our moments. This guy, he's got to have the most, for sure.
There's got to be a good tally there. So what is your list superstar of the week?
It's not really a superstar. It's more of WWE's logic of booking that main event on Raw this week, just solely due to the fact that they wanted to have people tune into Monday Night Football or tune into the main event that was in the middle of the show with Cena and Strowman in between the football games. Like, their logic for this was just stupid. Like, you're not going to compete with Monday Night Football. Stop pretending like you're going to compete with Monday Night Football. Put on a better product all the way through, and maybe you get some viewers to tune in back and forth here and
then
there.
People sit here and go, "Oh man, I shouldn't have watched football. Look how good Raw was."
Like, how is that main event going to get me excited or want to tune in next week over whatever Monday Night Football game it is?
It shouldn't. Like,
it just makes zero sense. The 8-man tag with the 4 tag teams, like, what was the point of that? Honestly, like, why is that a main event of a Monday Night Raw? I feel bad for anybody who paid for that. So for that 8-man tag and WWE's illogical booking with a main event in the middle of the show.
You know what? You just made the list.
That's right. It makes the list.
Isn't it called a main event because it's supposed to end the show?
Yeah. It wasn't any main anything.
That was like a
this week.
WWE live event opening match. Anyways,
yeah, it was.
That's my list moment.
My list moment. It's going Jinder. I'm sorry. Just God, that was probably the worst. I sat there after this actually happened. I'm going, they actually had this on TV. They couldn't have put this in a dark segment because it did nothing. It does nothing for the feud. Jinder Mahal is the worst champion, like I said. The Singh brothers are so fucking cringe. They were annoying the shit out of me through his entire promo from start to finish. And all he did was make fun of stilled images of Nakamura's like faces throughout a match. Yeah, the guy's got funny faces, but that's just Nakamura. He's charismatic. That's how he is. Like, I don't understand this. Like, it's so childish. You're the WWE champion. You're supposed to represent the company. Don't do this bullshit. No one cares. Anyways, awful. Just the whole thing this week with Jinder and him being on Volume 2. You know what?
You know what? You just made the list.
Jinder makes the list. Oh, my God.
Wow, what are the... Shocker right there.
Yeah.
We got your most wanted list between Big Show and Jinder and Ellsworth.
Should be like a T-shirt of mine, like my most wanted list, and you should have like a list on there, like an old school looking Western list, and have like check boxes with cross check marks. And Big Show, Jinder, some other crap. Raw creative team.
Make it happen.
Yeah, but after
yeah.
SmackDown this week, we're looking forward to the Mae Young Classic final. I'm sure all you guys tuned in, and if you didn't, it was a really good match. Not long enough though; they didn't really get enough time to these girls. They slowly kind of half built it before the match started, but I was really pumped for this. Good match, really good match. I thought they would go a little bit longer though, considering how they built Shayna Baszler and how they built, like, they're so hype on Kairi Sane. You'd think they would have a longer match than what we got, but I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. These girls are going to be huge. You didn't?
No, I didn't enjoy the crowd. They got
the crowd, yeah.
Can we get? You know what the crowd was for this?
Okay, so during both entrances, this is all I heard from the crowd. Yeah, that's all I heard from the Mae Young Classic. Why didn't you have it at Full Sail? Why couldn't you do it live from Full Sail? Why did it have to be at the SmackDown? You had 205 Live even after that.
Like, you knew that you weren't going to get the same reaction that you got from those people.
God, you ended SmackDown with such a good segment. You think they're going to be dead from that and what we got from SmackDown.
And half the people that watch SmackDown don't watch NXT or watch the Mae Young Classic. I guarantee you 80% of those people didn't even watch the entire tournament.
They let me down too. That was terrible.
And I think Full Sail deserves. They saw the whole tournament. Why can't they get the finals? Like, they deserve
the
that.
Finals were for the Cruiserweight Classic were at Full Sail. Why couldn't we have the Mae Young Classic final there? I don't get it. I don't fucking get it.
I feel like the match would have been better with that atmosphere and the crowd getting into it more. Like, they literally did nothing. They added nothing to the match. If anything, they made it worse.
Yeah. But I from what we got, though, in the wrestling aspect of it, I think it was a really good match. Again, like I said, they should have gone longer. They weren't given enough time for a finals match. Just the way they built both these girls. But these girls are going to be huge. Don't put Shayna Baszler aside because she lost this match. She is going to be big, especially because they're going to be doing this 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen crap. And they're going to build her big, man. Even after that, she's going to be huge. I see her going to NXT and being that dominant female there. Hopefully leading to a feud of what we think should happen between her and
Sonya Deville.
Sonya Deville. That'd be a sick fight. But yeah,
Shayna Baszler has adjusted well from MMA to WWE. Like, she's
really well.
She's taken it really well. She's not like stiff like an MMA fighter would be coming over. Yeah. Like, she actually looks good.
Yeah. So I enjoyed it, and good for Kairi Sane. Huge. She's gonna be big. She's the next Asuka of NXT. It's so set in stone, and it's so noticeable, and so, like, you know what I mean. Like, it's so obvious.
People can say what they want about her being tiny and her being too small and not speaking great English yet.
And
but,
not liking her gimmick. Like, who cares?
I mean, she had the most charisma about anybody in that tournament. Like, her charisma shined through more than anyone else.
She plays that character good.
More than anybody. Like,
she doesn't talk like a pirate or anything. She's good at it. It makes sense.
And her elbow drop is insane. Like, insane. Get it? Huh.
Wow. Puns everywhere on this show, ladies and gentlemen. Puns everywhere.
But yes, I think both these girls are going to be stars in NXT, if not the main roster one day.
Yeah. And it was announced today that, like you said, Kairi Sane is going to go on to take over whatever the next one is and going to be is going to be number 1 contender for the vacant NXT Women's Championship, but we still haven't gotten anything from what's going to happen with the other number 1 contender, so I'm guessing they're going to do a tournament on NXT in the next couple of weeks to decide that. All signs are pointing towards Ember Moon versus Kairi Sane. I'm actually really fine with that. I think that probably should be the match for the vacant title, and I couldn't pick
Ember
a winner.
Moon. I would love to see that match. I could see Nikki Cross maybe getting a shot.
Yeah? You think so?
I think Nikki Cross deserves a shot too.
For the vacant title, maybe not until maybe Nikki Cross getting the first title shot after that. I don't know. Nikki Cross versus Kairi Sane.
I feel like Nikki and Ember are really the two big dogs in the SmackDown Women's division.
But I think that all signs are pointing towards Ember and Kairi, and then God, man, that just it sells more for a vacant title between Kairi Sane and Ember Moon, because then you have no idea who's going to win that match. If it was Nikki Cross, I'd probably say Kairi Sane.
Yeah, you could do a face versus face match for that, which I think is fine.
NXT is all about that. They've done that and it works. Wow, Darby, shocker.
Wow, maybe they should take notes.
Take some notes. But yeah.
But I hope a lot of these girls actually get signed to NXT because a lot of them really.
I'm sure they were. Toni Storm, I really hope so. She's freaking a beaut.
And again, the only thing I didn't like about this match was I feel like Shayna Baszler should have kicked out of the first elbow drop. I think she should have been able to take 2 or 3 to lose. I don't think she should have lost to the first one. And that's if I had to go in-depth criticism with something in the match. But other than that, I really liked it. I really thought that they did a good job with the match. Crowd was crap, but whatever.
Yeah. So it's that part of the show, guys, where we get into your Twitter fan questions out there. And we got a couple. We'll start off with Juggy. He's now Juggy Gaming. Not Juggy Badass anymore. He ain't no badass. He's Juggy Gaming on Twitter, at AzazelYT, longtime fan of the podcast. He puts, who laughed as hard as I did when Ziggler was dressed as Bailey? That was some hilarious cringe. Hashtag make Ziggler great again.
I don't know if I was laughing because it was hilarious, or if I was laughing because it was just a complete mess.
I for a Bailey fan, I'm like, oh my god, what the hell? Are you kidding me? They're not gonna make him do Bailey.
To me, the Shane O'Mac shuffle was hilarious. I loved that.
Yeah, that was great.
It came out.
The Bailey and the other crap he did, it was like, ugh.
The Ultimate Warrior.
Can they end this? Are they just doing this until his contract runs out? Seriously? And I hope they do if that's the case, because then Dolph Ziggler can join the Bullet Club and make as much the most money he's ever made out of his entire career. So, next question by Juggy. Why does Enzo need to be on Raw? Can one of you explain this nonsense to me? I don't fucking understand.
Well, he is on 205 Live, and all those people are on Monday Night Raw, technically. But yeah, if he's in the Cruiserweight division, why is he not starting a feud with somebody in the Cruiserweight division? Why is he having a match with Miz? You don't see any of the, you don't see any of the other 205 Live talent having matches with main roster superstars.
Well, Breezango was on 205 Live this week.
So what are they now transitioning to having Cruiserweight face other people on the main roster?
I don't know, and I saw that. I'm like, I don't even want to watch that because they did something with Drew Gulak. I don't know what's going on with that.
I will say 205 Live had something interesting. I saw a video. Jack Gallagher turned heel on Cedric Alexander.
No way.
And he was in the corner with Brian Kendrick with an umbrella, and instead of hitting Kendrick, he turned around and hit Cedric Alexander with it. Him and Kendrick shook hands after. So heel Jack Gallagher. I'm intrigued.
There's a twist. There's a twist.
Like
but as for Enzo Juggy, I think if this backstage heat continues, we're not going to see him in WWE any much longer.
I mean, if the rumors are true, his life is falling apart. Him and Liv Morgan aren't dating anymore. He's the biggest idiot on the face of the planet. He lets her go. So
that's enough of that.
Enzo's just cringe to everybody now. It's sad what he used to be compared to now.
So last question, he puts at No Mercy, who will get the louder boos, Cena or Reigns? If you ask me, my man, the big dog, is still the king of boos.
Of course he's going to get, but Cena's probably becoming more of a babyface from the way he's been ripping Reigns apart. He's been getting less and less boos every week now because of the way he's been ripping on Reigns. It's like the lesser of two evils.
Cena will still get his goon boos, and he'll still get the people singing this song, but he's going to be in the match itself. He'll be the babyface, 100%. 100%. But
he'll show no mercy. God, that commercial still haunts me.
Anyways, thank you, Juggy, for your questions, and thank you for tuning in, as always. Glorious Greg puts, do you think WWE will give the Universal title to Strowman at No Mercy, or are they building him up just to lose to Lesnar? Well, you're going to have to tune into our No Holds Barred predictions there, Glorious Greg.
I want Strowman to win it. I don't want him to win it at No Mercy.
Yeah.
I want him to win it at a Big 4 pay-per-view. I want him to make him look really good at one of those big pay-per-views.
I think it would make sense. But next question, Glorious Greg. Should the Hype Bros turn heel? What do you guys think? I don't think they're going to turn heel. I think they're going to split up.
After what we saw this week, Zack Ryder walked out after the match.
Yep.
Man, you're just cringe to me. I can't stand Mojo
Hype
Rawley.
Bros can't be a heel team. I can't see them both being heel. It'd be freaking weird.
Mojo's just going to be the cringe babyface for the kids that for some reason like him.
Yeah.
And then Zack Ryder can have that heel persona. I think Zack Ryder could do a heel.
Yep. Next, thank you, Glorious Greg, for your questions as always. Oh, wait, he has one more. Sorry. Miz should have stayed on SmackDown, honestly should have been given a run with the world title rather than Jinder. 100%, 150,000% agree, Glorious Greg, because Jinder Mahal is the worst thing in the entire world.
I think Miz would have done way better with this WWE title run than he did with his first one, because I think he's just a lot more confident than he was back then.
Can you imagine we get this heel Miz as WWE champion? SmackDown would be more watchable than Monday Night Raw on a daily or on a weekly basis.
He would get so much heat because people would boo him because he'd be such a good heel. Like Jinder, like nobody gives a fuck.
Exactly. Casey Salvis 94. One thing to say, NXT St. Catharines was better than Raw and SmackDown combined.
Can't disagree with him there.
But Owens attacking Vince was interesting. Can't wait for Shane and Owens at Hell in a Cell. And enough with the Ziggler. The guy is embarrassing himself. So no questions, but some interesting thoughts, as always, by Casey Salvis. Thank you for your tweets, as always.
Nothing about Roman Reigns this week. Wow. It's a first.
We got one from a new fan. Well, not a new fan. He's been an avid listener, but a new fan of the podcast. I don't know if I want to read this question, guys. And I got to pull it out here on my phone because on my computer I have it logged into No Holds Barred. On my phone I'm logged into my own podcast.
Kyle Masters account.
Kyle Masters account. That's what I'm trying to say. He puts, do you think the Big Show... So I'm already halfway through this question. I don't want to answer it. He puts, do you think the Big Show being out will hurt the ratings for Raw?
And this was a question from from Big Red Ragu at the Big Red Ragu. We did not say who this was from yet. Do you want to answer this question first? Because I know you have a lot to say.
I did say it was from. I said he was an avid listener, Big Red Ragu. But I don't care. Because I don't want to answer this question.
I think it's question of the week material to me.
I don't want to answer this question.
You don't want to answer?
Ragu, let me put this in simplest form here. It does not affect anything. Big Show on TV in 2017 doesn't move the fucking radar one bit. It stays perfectly fucking still. It does not give good ratings. It does not give bad ratings. It gives a who gives a flying fuck rating. I don't care.
I won't even talk about it because I know that you're really passionate about it. So
I'm really passionate about Big Show not being on TV. Please don't ever come back to TV. Thank you, Big Red Ragu, for that glorious question. Anyways, getting into the last tweet, and that comes from our 2016 Twitter fan of the month. That's right. It comes from Michael Chow, and he won our 2016 Fan of the Year. And he gets his own. Before. I think I said month, yeah. And he gets our Twitter Fan of the Year, and he gets his own theme song, ladies and gentlemen, played before every one of his tweets. And if you guys want your own theme song, all you have to do is win 2017 Fan of the Year. And then all you have to do to do that and to participate in that is just by participating in the tweets. Tweet, and everyone is eligible. So if you want your theme song, that's all you have to do.
Is believe
that you will be the 2017 No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast Fan of the Year. So Michael Chow puts, and guys, he has his own wrestling podcast. Go check him out. Michael Chow TV on Twitter. It is WWMC TV, and he's also available on Spreaker as well. So go check him out. He does a fantastic wrestling WWE podcast as well. He puts, was Braun beating down Cena the right call? Braun beating up Lesnar was good enough, but Cena too seemed random for Roman/Cena feud. It did seem random because they combined both main feuds into it.
If anything, Reigns should have come down or Lesnar or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
To me, it seemed like the match didn't need to happen. I think you were telling me a couple of days ago, like, this could have been the next feud for Strowman. If he wins the title from Brock, him and Cena could have been the next title feud.
Yeah, but no. It started to be looking at that gun going, oh my God, we got to fire it! Every fucking time. They see something good, they got to fire it right away. I don't think this was the time yet. I think they could have waited for this. Yeah, they could have, and they didn't. But his next question from Michael Chow. What other match should be at Hell in a Cell? I say either the U.S. title match if it's a triple threat or a tag team title match. Tag team title match is most likely going to happen. We would love to see a triple threat for the U.S. title with Dillinger added to it, and he has the Dillinger gift in his tweet. If it doesn't happen, I wouldn't be shocked if it doesn't happen. It's just AJ Styles and Baron Corbin, because why push Dillinger? He's nothing, right? Just a local jobber, right, WWE? No, he won't make you dollar signs.
No.
He doesn't have charisma. He's got nothing, right?
No, but Jinder, man. Jinder's got the whole
Yeah,
package.
oh, Jinder. Ooh. No, I would
But
love to
we
see a
had-
triple threat match. Love it.
I don't know. We had the titles change hands again for the tag team for whatever reason. The Usos are the best tag team in WWE main roster right
And
now.
there's
Why
that
they lost-
rematch clause. The WWE rematch clause.
Oh, so we're gonna have
gonna
to
get
hot
Hell in a
potato
Cell.
again.
No,
It's
they'll
gonna hot
just
potato than the women's title.
no. New Day will win it at. I guarantee the New Day will win it at Hell in the Cell.
So we're getting this feud again.
Probably up until Hell in the Cell, and that'll probably be the end of it.
Could they not add a new team like Benjamin and Gable to this? Or
Unless
something?
we're gonna get it starting from now. We don't know, but there's gonna be a rematch clause in there somewhere. We got to remember that. Got to keep that in mind while the weeks go on here.
And now New Day versus Benjamin and Gable just doesn't seem right. It seems like it would be better fit for the Usos to fight those guys. But
yeah. So, going into his last question is, should there be a stipulation for Shane versus Owens? I say if Shane wins, Owens is fired, and if Owens wins, he gets control of SmackDown Live for a week.
of course, I would.
Yeah,
I hope
there-
Owens would be great.
Yeah, I hope there's a stipulation. I hope it's something like that. If Owens loses, then he either gets traded to Raw or gets fired, in quotes. But I see a big stipulation being added to this. Maybe it's the lockbox that we were supposed to get open back when the draft first started last year. What about this secret lockbox we've heard nothing of after they first announced there's going to be a brand split? I don't know what the hell is going on with that. Or is that like the Undertaker feud? I don't remember. Yeah, that was the Undertaker feud, was it not? Back when Shane McMahon was going to face the Undertaker. Before WrestleMania 30, there's something to do with a lockbox. Oh my God! People keep bringing it up on Twitter, and I die every time I read it. But
Yes.
stipulation added for this 100%.
And then we also get the like we're saying about these gimmick pay-per-views. Like if they're gonna do a Hell in a Cell, every match should just be in it, or just don't have
Yeah.
it at all. You look at the Jinder and Shinsuke match; it might not even be in a Hell in a Cell, and it's
No.
the main title.
Nope. And I guarantee you that's probably not even going to be the main event. And that should be the main event. Owens and Shane McMahon is going to be the main event of No Mercy or Hell in a Cell. Guarantee it. Guarantee it.
And yes, Greg, Breezango would be great, but it seems like they're going on 205 Live for some reason.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in to the Lowdown Show.
It's gonna be it.
It's going to be
And not
it.
not that terrible new scary movie. I mean Chris Jericho's It.
which I've yet to see. I'm going to see it soon. But, guys, that is going to wrap it up for, I think we're in week 22. I think we're already at week 22. Damn. So week 22 of the Lowdown Show right here on No Holds Barred Wrestling Podcast. We are your Canadian WWE podcast that talks about the WWE and No Holds Barred. Anything we say, pun intended. You can follow the podcast on Twitter at No Holds Barred WP. You can follow myself at Real Kyle Masters, and you can follow my corporate co-host at Corporate Cappy on Twitter as well. We are also available to follow on Instagram at No Holds Barred WP. So go give us a follow there, guys. If you want to watch the podcast and see my glorious face, go over to youtube.com/NHBWR and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell icon for all upload updates. You can also listen to us on the go by listening to us on Spreaker, Spreaker.com/NHBWP, or available on the Spreaker app, available for all Android and Apple devices, or on iTunes and Stitcher. We are also available. So go check us out wherever is easier for you to listen to us. Guys, I'm your self-proclaimed greatest host, as always, Kyle Masters, and I'm joined every week on the Lowdown Show by my co-host. He is the blissful boss, Mr. Corporate himself, Corporate Cappy.
Oh yeah.
And we're always here reminding you to keep it on the Lowdown.
We're back to back, and your ass is dead meat. Victory sweet. Bring it on.